Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Why Wait. I'm Chris, and today I want to talk to you about RV items that have stood the test of time. And by that, I want to talk about the items that we have basically had for almost 7 years of full-time RVing, the few RV accessories that we still have that haven't broke, haven't like crapped out, and have just held up and that we still use to this day. Keep in mind, there's not too many of them. Things just aren't made like they used to be, but we do have a few items that we still like, that we still use, that are still working just fine. So let's go ahead and break it down with the very first one, and that is going to be the air pump. All right, here it is. Let's take it over to the table and I'll just show you a little bit about it real quick. Now, keep in mind, we have had this since day one before we even hit the road. So we're talking probably 7 years old. Everything is working great with it. The only issue we've had is the top handle actually broke. Right here, you can see that's no longer there. And it's a little dirty. Other than that, the air pump has held up true and true. And again, this is something that we recommend as a day one product. You can see all the accessories we have for it. If you guys don't know about it, it basically hooks your batteries to high pressure pump for these big RV tires when you need 110 PSI and things like that. And when you're on the road, you're gonna have tire issues. You need to always watch your tires. Plenty of videos on that. But just to kind of show you guys a little bit about it here, just to have the way it looks, not too bad. Again, a little dirty, but it's held up great. We've never had any problems with it. It's always worked every time. Little filter's been changed once. Other than that, highly recommend it. Number 2 on the list, while we're right here at the table, the Blackstone grill. Guys, I've been through a lot of grills in my time. Another day one purchase right here. We've been full-timing with it. We use it all the time. Before we bought this Blackstone grill, I used to go through grills all the time, buy the cheap $120 ones. No, I'm gonna get a year or two. It's gonna rust. I'm gonna have to like buy parts for it. That's always been the case with grills. I will say that this Blackstone, going on almost 7 years now, has really surprised the heck out of me. I haven't had to replace any burner tubes, anything like that. I have like completely resurfaced at one time. I completely stripped down the whole top of it. Basically took a drill and like a little brass wire wheel and just completely stripped it all the way down to where it looked like it was brand new again, and I re-seasoned it. Other than that, this thing has been completely awesome. It's always worked. Haven't replaced any parts on it. You just got to give them a little love, a little care, a little maintenance. Other than that, been really happy. And this is a, not the biggest one out there, but it's also not the smallest, but it's convenient enough to travel in your RV and store in the basement, things like that. So been one of our better purchases, I would say. Next up, not a must for RVers, but this Ryobi blower we got early on, maybe a year into the adventures, when we realized this comes in handy not only for cleaning up the mess around your rugs and your entryway, but as well as cleaning up the top of the RV when you need to put the slide outs in and you have branches and sticks. You can go up there and blow them down real quick. Just a basic 18-volt battery. And we actually bought this one that it was the blower and trimmer. And you're saying, well, who needs a trimmer? But I'll be honest with you, it's just a small little trimmer, and it actually comes in handy sometimes when we're in these campsites for over a month and some of them don't keep up with their maintenance that well. It's nice to actually have the trimmer to kind of knock some stuff down on your own. So that actually led us to buying more Ryobi stuff. Again, you may not find it like the highest quality, like impact drivers and drills and stuff like that, but we do have quite a few Ryobi items now, and they have held up to the test of time. And this one right here gets used all the time. Been super happy with it. Okay, another item which has held up great and people really seem to like it is the Max Hall tire rubber chalk, which you don't see right here. And that's because, well, we don't need them anymore. With the Class A motorhome, we don't need to chalk the tires anymore like we used to with the fifth wheel. But guys, we had the fifth wheel for a little bit over 6 years, and we ditched the plastic tire chalks, which would crack, break, slide around on concrete, and we had been using those Max Hall rubber chalks ever since then. So we probably got 5.5, 6 years out of those with no issues, no problems, held up great. It just highly recommend those over the plastic ones, and it's something that pretty much stood the test of time. And again, the reason we don't have it anymore is because when we sold the fifth wheel, we just went ahead and sold it with the fifth wheel to the new owner. Let's talk about tire pressure monitor systems. That's why I'm sitting here in the driver's seat. One of our favorite products, again, day one purchase before we even hit the road, was making sure we had a good tire pressure monitor system, and that was a TST tire pressure monitor system. Loved it. It worked awesome. Had no issues with it whatsoever. Over 6 years of using that tire pressure monitor system, not only on the Grand Design Solitude that we had, but also on the F450. We had all the sensors on our dually truck as well. They read great, no problems, change the batteries out once in a while, didn't have to replace any of the sensors, so we were really happy with that. But just like we talked about the tire chocks, we also sold that with the fifth wheel. So it was time to get something new, and we wanted to try something out new because we like to review different products for you guys and always see what the best is out there. So now we actually have the Haloview tire pressure monitor system. We contacted Haloview, wanted to try it out, compare it, see how it's doing. We've been using this one for a while. I can't tell you if it's as good as the TST yet because, again, it hasn't held up. You know, we haven't been using it for 6 years, but so far so good. Really been happy with the screen. It's kind of nice because it combines all the screens into one. Not only is it a tire pressure monitor system, but it's also a dash cam or observation cam. So you can use it as a rear view observation cam, dash cam, and tire pressure monitor system all rolled into one system right here. You don't have to have numerous monitors everywhere. So as far as that goes, I'm really enjoying the Haloview tire pressure monitor system as far as that's concerned. They don't seem to offer the flow-through sensors like the TST had. I did like the TST because they had the flow-through sensors. You didn't have to remove the sensors off the valve stems to air up the tires. You could just undo the cap and you could flow up right through the sensors. So that was one thing about TST I did like better. But again, this one seems great so far. We'll, review it on down the road, but if you guys are looking for a great one, I can definitely tell you that the TST always held up, to the test of time. Next up, the old air fryer right here. Now listen, it may not look pretty, it's a little bit dirty, but guys, if you're talking about something that we use every day, a few times a day, day one product again is this, I believe what was an Emerald Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360. We can't even read it anymore what it is. This thing has been great, especially for RV life. It's small, convenient, fits on the counter and all the RVs we've had, and it's not too big and bulky, but it's big enough that we can cook a lot of things in it, and we use it all the time, and it's, I can't believe it's still running as good as it has. It's got all the features on it, so if you guys are looking for a nice, kitchen item for RVing to help with cooking and things like that, definitely recommend an air fryer, and if you're looking for one that's gonna hold up to the test of time, I'm gonna recommend this brand right here. It's definitely surprised the heck out of me, so yeah, it's been good. Another kitchen item while we're here, just looked over and realized something we've had. This little dish strainer right here, which is really cool because it extends to different lengths. So depending on what, size your sink is, it'll usually fit. It's always fit both campers really well. And if you don't want it sitting in the sink, again, it works sitting up on a towel to strain down in. You can take it apart. You can take that out and you can actually pop it in to make it smaller for storage if you want to put it away. Held up great, going on 7 years, a little bit of wear and tear. Other than that, it's come in handy. It's pretty versatile, and we've recommended it to a few people who also really like it. So it's one of those things I actually just happened to glance down and look at right now. And it's like, oh, there's another item, because it's hard to find items that have lasted 7 years in the RV world. Now this next item, I'm gonna cheat on a little bit because we haven't had it, for 6-7 years, but we have had it for quite a while. And that is the stainless steel Blu Technology water hose. And I wanted to mention it because unlike most of our hoses where we did go through quite a few hoses, maybe every year going through some crappy Camco hoses in our early times, then the 0G hoses, which I thought were pretty great. They kind of started linking over time. We finally went with the Blu Technology stainless steel UV resistant and heat resistant hoses, and I absolutely love these hoses. I'd pretty much call them indestructible. I don't see any reason why I'm ever going to have to replace this hose. Not only that, but it's NSF certified for safe drinking water, which you're not going to find with other hoses. You may find, potable water hoses and things like that. So to have a water hose that is pretty much lightweight, coils up really small, it's going to give me the best, safest drinking water possible. It has heavy duty stainless steel quick connects as well that have also held up as long as we've been using them. Again, we used to go through other quick connects really fast. They would start leaking. They were made of rubber, some brass. These, nothing to worry about. They have been super awesome. So I wanted to mention that hose because I think that's going to make the list of an item down the road that is going to stand the test of time, and it already has. Now, I wasn't going to start breaking down like tools and stuff like that. I mean, those things are meant to, last forever. We got plenty of torque wrenches and different kinds of tools that are obviously held up. So we were kind of looking for things that just through full-time RV life just, have kind of surprised us and held up, pretty good throughout the whole time. Of course, there's one more item that has also lasted the 7 years we've been full-timing, and that's this thing right here. No matter how much we try to get rid of him, yep, he's still here. Guys, I appreciate you watching, and as always, we will see you next week.